And today I've fallen into a rabbit hole. You see, I started watching other people play Dwarf Fortress, the new and definitive vision on YouTube, and I bought the game. So here we are. Look, there's Dwarf Fortress. It is wonderful, and I've already made a world for us. I also decided to use this mod, and the mod was Dark Ages 5 War and Mythos, which apparently adds a whole bunch of spooky, horrifying things to the game. Now, you guys might be thinking, it might be a horrible idea for someone who has barely ever, if at all, played Dwarf Fortress to download a mod that extensively expands the game. And you would be right. But here's the thing. For the last 2 days, I've been binging Dwarf Fortress, and I think we're ready. I think we're ready to join this world called Mon Zesu, the Plains of Enchantment. We're gonna start a new fort in this wonderful world. So those of you who haven't played Dwarf Fortress before, imagine RimWorld, but like RimWorld's like great grandpappy. That is Dwarf Fortress. But recently the developers decided to release a nice polished version that isn't looking like it's running on DOS, which I really appreciate. Now, I'm not one for RimWorld that much because it's very one-dimensional for me. And I was talked into playing Dwarf Fortress by the fact that you can go up and down in it, which I find amazing. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is gonna be a long stream. It's gonna be a series of long streams if we decided to play Dwarf Fortress, because Dwarf Fortress is one of those games that time and space doesn't quite matter to it. It kind of warps time and space. You think you've been playing for 15 minutes. No. You've been playing for 8 hours. So we're gonna see how far we get. I know I usually stream from about now until like 2.5, 3 hours from now. But I might just forget that I'm streaming. I might just get sucked into this time vortex that is Dwarf Fortress, and we might forever be lost in this world. Oh, this was actually a different world than the one I generated. We're going to have to generate a new one then. So let's return to the title. See, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. Because we want all the mods in it. And for us to have the mods in it, we have to make a new world. So, as you can see, all the vanilla stuff is all over here on the right. We're not going to be using any of that. We're going to make a large world. Since I have to make a new one and we really haven't, I really don't want to wait for 3 hours for it to generate. We're just going to go 100 years instead of 500. We're going to go high civilizations, high number of sites, high number of beasts, completely brutal world. And we're not going to worry about this detailed mode, because this detailed mode gets a little mathy. And I love math, but that is a lot of settings. A lot of settings. So we're just going to ignore that. We've confirmed our mods are on. Let's create this world. So first thing it's going to need to do is it's going to generate an entire history of our world for us. If you've ever played D&D, this would be like gold. Like if you could just have something just make a world for you and just simulate the history and everything that you would ever need to know, because that's what this does, and that is epic. The devs have been working on this game for a very long time. Very, very long time. And it shows. It really does show. All right. our new world is Needham Lathan, the planets of myth. I love the sound of that. I tried to get a cheat mod working. And for the life of me, I could not get it to work. I tried so hard because I was just like, this is one of those games where I'm going to get stuck and I'm going to need some way to dig myself out of the hole or to speed things up when things just get a little too slow for me. So, we're going to see if I've learned anything in the last 2 days and if we can make an exciting game to play. And now, since we're streaming, I'll probably try to make things look a lot more pretty than I did in my single player game, because I did not attempt to make things pretty in my single player game. It was completely just, how can we survive? So we'll see. We'll just have to see. Now, I did have to switch the game into windowed mode so I could actually see what you guys are saying if you do say some things. So, if that causes any glitches, we'll see. While we're waiting for 25 more years to generate, those of you who have joined the live stream already, how's life? Happy New Year! Congrats on making it to 2023. You did it. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. 2022 did not let go easy. I tell you, I thought 2022 murdered my computer. Because all of 2022, the very last day of 2022, my computer was not handling things very well, and I thought my computer was dying. And I did every cleanup trick in the book, and nothing was working. So I just shut off my computer. I was just like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to save up money. I won't be able to see all of you for like a good couple of months while I try to find the funds to build a new computer. But thank goodness, the very next day, the computer fixed itself. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. All I know is I'm happy about it, and we're not gonna ask any more questions. Because so long as the computer works, I'm going to assume that the computer works, and that whatever happened on the last day of 2022 was not a bad omen for 2023, and just 2022 just really holding on tight. So we're just gonna hop right on into this. We have 4 more years, and I hope for your guys' sake that 2023 is turning out just as good as mine is, where you're not worried about your computer trying to commit Sudoku or whatever that word is. We're ready. There's gonna be a lot of me talking here. We're gonna try to keep things exciting. The subtext of this game is absolutely hilarious. And in my watching of people who are playing this on YouTube, they spent a lot of time just reading through the subtext, like the little notifications you get about telling you what has actually happened in the world. And there is some really humorous things, like some guy went on a rager and just like beat like 10 goblins to death. And it was epic because he used only his fists. And he tore them limb from limb, and that is amazing. The really awesome thing about this game is the lore wraps itself around you as you play. We're gonna make epic items, and there's gonna be drama and intrigue over these most mundane things that appear in our fortress. Okay. Year 100, first month of the year, which is granite, and we're going to be starting on week 3. I have The furthest I've played in Dwarf Fortress so far is 3 years, and I tell you, if you manage to fuck things up, things take a long time to recover. If at all. So we're gonna try to be very careful about how we move forward here. And I am gonna prepare carefully on this because there's a few things I want to do just to speed up things for my own sake. And so we're gonna load a preset that I created beforehand, and I'm gonna tweak it a little bit since I had tested it. Now I want to be on the mainland here. We want to be able to interact with various peoples across this vast continent. And we want to be by someone who's going to be friendly to us as well. We want some allies in this world. Somebody that can trade with us, that can back us up. What's an interest? The oil of stabilizing is its own island. The ship of shielding. Ship of shielding sounds interesting. With Queen Nish, plain glazes. Population 2,900, 40 sites. This is a nice, large civilization. I think they could help us out quite well. We'll be part of the nation of shielding. And so we can't zoom in any further than this. We can... Well, that's not entirely true. We can go into this view for picking our final site. As you can see, it's not quite as pretty. We won't be able to go into that view once we're actually in game. It's the last time we'll have access to that. So we know that all along the southern edge of this is all dwarves. So we want to see what is over here. We have humans who are friendly. And I want, let's check this area out right here. We have some hills. Heavy aquifer means there's lots of water deposits in the soil. That can get complicated when we're digging. We want something with trees because I had trouble with trees before. Clay. You want clay, right? We want clay so we can plant food. That's something I've struggled with every time I've tried to play this game, is I haven't been able to get food. I've had to like mine gems and sell all of my precious gems just to get food. Shallow clay. So if we go next to the wasteland here, there was one that said clay here. Where was that? We go right here. We have some goblins nearby, which is not the greatest, but it's a temperate landscape, and we have clay. And from what I understand, clay is what we need in order to actually plant food. So let's zoom in to over here. Oh, that was the zoomed in. Oh, shit. Right when I think I'm just like, we need to zoom in even more. Okay, we want to go up this way. There. We'll be next to this human hamlet. And few human hamlets, human castle, monastery. So we're going to be trading with some humans here. And we're going to... we want to be next to this water here. We're going to embark. We're going to set ourselves up with a fairly large map. I'm not upset about having a large map. We have elves, humans, and goblins as neighbors. So we're going to have to set ourselves up for some craziness. And we're planting our civilization on the plagues of balance. All right, so here's the setup. I had before. Now, I had grabbed some steel equipment, and I think that was a little excessive. Instead, we're gonna grab some, like, we need a pick. We're gonna grab, so we're gonna grab like 5 picks, because reasons. And we want some battle axes, so we're gonna grab 5 battle axes, and we're actually going to grab 10 battle axes, because we're gonna have a small contingency of warriors here at the beginning, and they're gonna be using battle axes. Now, the nice thing about battle axes is they also allow us to cut wood. So now we have an extra 300 points. Let's check out what they have for armor. Okay, we can grab 10 breastplates. Gives us 100 points. So we have something for our battle dwarves to equip. And oh, what do they call their hats in this game? Headwear. Helms. Helm. Headwear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 10 more of those. And more helmets. I didn't really use the silk in my that much in my playthrough before, so we'll get rid of the silk. Never mind. There we go. And let's save this one as Embark Efficiently 2. Alright, so we have this. Our fortress name, we are going to call ourselves let's call our settlement the River of Rivers. Yes, I love that. We are the River of Rivers, and our specific group is River no. We need something different here. We want River Wine, River Oranges, River Wisdom, River Cut, River Plate, River Spot. River Lords. Yes. We are the River Lords. Let's go. So it's setting up our little fort here. I tried to optimize the amount of like things we have to start with here, so that we can have the most efficient start we can. So we start out with some animals, and they're more just like backup food if we end up really fucking things up. But we're hoping that with this place, we're going to be able to get food. So welcome to our dwarven home. We're going to pause, and I'm going to show you what I love about this so much. So this is layer 1, where we have our little fort here. We have this beautiful river, the plague of rivers here. And we can just like scroll up and down through the layers, and it goes 64 up. But here's the thing, if we want to go down, we're gonna be going down for forever. We can go into the subterranean earth. We can go miles past what you would think possible. We can go apparently 117 down, which is absolutely epic. Note, that's negative 117. And the further you go down, the more well, gems you can find, but the more creatures you can find too. Okay, so what do we have here? Peat and clay. There, we have clay. We have clay. You guys don't realize how exciting it is for me to see clay. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, saguaro. All right, so I think from what I've seen of other people playing, when I was test running this, I was just kind of digging into the side of the mountain. That was fine and cool and stuff. The majority of the people I saw playing this would just dig straight down for like 50 meters and like set their home in like the dense urbana that is the underground. I don't know. That seems. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like the idea of us digging our way into a mountain and then finding our way down. And I kind of like what's going on over here for the clay. So I'm thinking we are going to go right here. And we want a nice big entrance. I also want to line this up with the kind of edge here so it looks really natural, our entrance. Oh, but that is an even number. That really sucks. You know what? We're going to cheat a little bit. I'm gonna go one more off. So that's 7. And we're just going to go a little ways in here. And we're going to go over to our labor here. And one thing I learned is that so long as you have the pickaxes to do it, you can kind of just like, I think we said we had 5 pickaxes. So you can just kind of give people pickaxes and they'll just go to town. But we're also going to want to set up like a little spot here for our starting wood. So, because we're going to have the people who aren't digging into the mine here, we're going to have them cut little wood here so we have something to start building with. And they all look like tree stumps from this point, but I promise you they're not. They're full-on trees. And like, I know it said sparse trees, but this is more than enough trees, I think, to get us started. All right, so we're going to hit play. And we're going to see how far this takes us. Oh, look at those little guys go. Now I can zoom in here if I hit the right button. And we can see our starting group here. We have Iteb, Thykuk, and Ral. They're digging out the start of our grand mine here. This dwarven hold is going to be one of the greatest dwarven holds this world has ever seen. You guys may not believe me now, and I may not have set you up to believe me very much, but trust me, we are going to do epic things with our land here, especially since we have clay. So while they're digging, I think that we're going to go into here and we're going to set up our little plot, some plots of farm here. So we're going to be setting up the farm outside here, but we're probably not going to use it because most of the plants that we have are plants that are grown actually inside of a mountain. But I'm going to put that there just in case we do find some seeds or a trader gives us some seeds to plant. And they're making great work over here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a little trade depot. And we're going to set that up not too far in, just far enough in. And we're going to build that out of some stone. And we're going to... I built this a little wide, which is fine. Because then we can come back through with like walls or something. And deal with it that way. But for now, I'm just going to put some walls on either side of our traders here. And then we're going to want to build 2 bridges. So one bridge is going to be at our entrance here. And this is going to be the bridge we're going to shut down if we need to lock down our fort. And then about the same amount of distance away from the trading station on the other side here, we're going to put this bridge. And this bridge is going to serve for if we are in a lockdown and we have some traders come, we can open up for the traders and let the traders in without having to expose our base. Okay, beautiful. We are dug in here. And this is kind of our staging area. What I want to do is we'll probably put like a tavern or something here. Put a few military barracks so they're right next to the entrance. But now, what I want to do is we're going to set up a grand staircase into our base here. So let's go like 5 down. Let's go to 35. We're going to go to elevation 35. And we're going to dig out a little bit of space around it here. Oh, I don't think that's what I wanted. Dang it. Never mind. We're going to cancel all those. I'm going to try that again. And I'm not going to mess it up this time. There are a few glitches, and that was one of the glitches I could have triggered. We have to make sure that we're not knocking out our staircase here. Alright, so this is going to be the entrance to our grand establishment, our dwarven fortress. We have this nice big area here. And so we're going to do like a few different corridors here. We're going to have, and all of these corridors are going to be 3 wide so that people don't bump into each other. But we're going to go like 5, 10 each direction. I think that's 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so we're going to go like 10 in each direction. And this is just going to be our starting area. Because eventually we're going to want to expand out from this. 6, 8, 10. So we need to decide now what we want these 4 areas to be. And I'm thinking we'll go one more floor down. Or actually, we'll just go a floor up. And this area is going to be... This area is going to be our grand storage area. It's 3, 6, 9, 10. And we'll have to expand upon this at some point. But we just need an area where we can just throw things, because we're going to be really messy about things. And we're going to build workshops, and they're going to have very specific areas. But we just need an area to throw all of our junk, because we're going to have so much junk. We're going to have people building on building upon building, and we're not going to have enough space for it. So we're going to have to build tons and tons of space just for all of the junk that we're going to accumulate throughout this game. And we're still not going to have enough stuff. That's the horrifying part of all of that. And it's fine. We have enough food. They're all living in their cart right now. In my experience playing so far, nothing really happens to you in the first, like, year that you're playing. So you kind of have a year just to, like, figure things out. Figure out how your dwarf fortress is going to be set up. Eventually, we're going to want to set up, like, a mechanic shop so we can build some levers so we can raise our drawbridges here. But we're not going to worry about that quite at the moment. These guys are doing a wonderful job of digging out our main area. I thought I had set us up with 5 miners. I thought that's what I did. And I had. They're just not doing things for us. They're doing something somewhere, and I don't know what it is. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure it's all fine. So this is going to take a little while. There really isn't a fast forward button in this game. You kind of just have to experience the game as it goes. I think while we're waiting here, though, I'll plan out an area. And this is going to be our main gathering area for our group. So we're going to do, like, about the same width. And that is 3 on each side, so that's 9. So we need to go 8 more. 2, 4, 6, 8. And that's just going to be a gathering area. So we can get all of our people inside of the building here. They'll bring in all the animals and stuff. But speaking of the animals, I don't necessarily want them to come down, because apparently animals starve if they don't have food. So we're just going to set up a large plot of land here. It's just going to be a pasture, and we're going to throw everything but the cats in there. Because the cats, they just do whatever they want, and they will go and kill mice for us, but everyone else needs to stay out here, because they tend to die when I shove them deep inside of the cave. And when they die, they don't make good food. Surprisingly, they only make good food when you decide to kill them, not when they just naturally die. Alright, so that's still gonna take us a little while to get our big storage area set up. I really wish those 2 other miners that I had assigned to help mine would actually do this thing I asked them to do. Oh, turtles. Oh, rotten turtles. That is... Did you do that? Did our cats just kill the entire population of turtles that were living around here? That is horrifying. Do we have a log on that? No, we don't. Our cats are just tyrants. They're just gonna run around and kill everything. We're gonna have corpses everywhere from our cats, just naturally exterminating everything in the world. Yeah, they killed off all the turtles already. They've been killing the fireflies. There's a living turtle. Run while you can, turtle. All right, let's see how our mining is going now. They are probably halfway done with our main storage area here. And this main storage area is going to be really important, because I'm going to be building some workshops off the side of this that we can use to then we're going to use that to make the supplies and fill up our storage even more. And then down here, we'll probably have like a temple. Probably a few temples as they keep asking for them. A hospital somewhere over here. And we're gonna try to segregate out our population. So going north from here, I'm going to let's put the nobles, the people who have titles, up in the northern area here, and to the bottom area here we'll have the peons, the peasants. And to the west here, we'll figure out what that is, but it'll probably link to our main mine. We have a lot of buildings that we have to build, and we're eventually going to need more space for guild halls and the such. And we really don't need to dig that deep right away because there's a lot of materials up here already. Like there's the hermamite in the walls already. And we can turn a lot of the gems that we find into money. And our goal is going to be to try to make enough money within the first year to buy out the caravan, and who will give us all the meat and fish we need to survive the next year. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not seeing more clay inside of our building here. We might have to dig up to see if there's anything above us. Or we might have to dig close to the river and see if there's something underneath the river that can provide us food. Thank you for the follow, Kinsey. Aren't you at Ray's house right now? Aren't you hanging out with Ray and doing all their, like, watching the Housewives thing? Oh, thank you for the follow, Kirsty. It got canceled. Why did it get canceled? I have a weird reverb. I don't know what to say to that. Oh, that's you. Okay. You're just listening to me twice. That's perfectly fine. Thank you both for joining the chat. Alright, so one thing I'm going to do here while we're waiting for our dwarves is we're actually going to make more work for them. We're going to set them to auto mine here. And what that means is they will mine this until they have mined out the entire vein of whatever it is that they're mining. Which is fine, because that's kind of what we want them to do. And we'll see if we have any of them on any of these upper levels here. Perfect. Alright, so we have this little area. It's going to be a meeting area, and it's basically going to be where everyone's hanging out when they're just being lazy. And that's fine, we want them to be lazy. We're just going to smooth out some of these walls here so that they feel happier about being in our deep, dark dungeon here. They don't get any lights or anything like that. They just have to live in the dark because they're dwarves. And apparently dwarves don't need light. We'll just have them polish off all the floors here as they go. make a beautiful looking area. What this has the effect of doing is by polishing off all of these floors and walls, it makes our place prettier. And although we can't see how valuable our area is yet, it will greatly affect how many refugees we get. And that's a very important thing for us. We have enough space here. I'm just going to throw down our stockpile, and we'll worry about fixing that later. But we're going to turn on everything except corpses and refuse. And then people will just start piling all of their garbage here in a very chaotic way, and it's going to look impossible to sort out. And we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're just going to let them do their thing. Oh no, they mined out around our wall. We're going to have to build another wall here. Because they're exposing our civilization to the outside world. As you can see, we have our people quite busy at the moment, and they're not really doing a lot of other things, and that is perfectly fine. This is just their existence at this point. They're the first people. They get to deal with the hard labor of setting everything up, and it's going to take them a little while. But that's why we also got a few more pickaxes, because we knew it'd take them a little while, so we wanted to give them all a good fighting chance to be equals in this dungeon of despair that we've set up. Okay. So they've mined this out to its natural point. We'll need a door before we can actually... Oh, they fully exposed us. We're just going to completely close that off. We're just going to take another wall, and we're just going to throw that down. And we're going to hope that they don't re-expose us here. But while you guys are doing that, if you guys could find some clay, that would be most wonderful. And this is fine. They are mining out some very good materials for us. We need to keep in mind what materials they're actually mining out, so we can set up some furnaces so they can smelt things down later. And we ended up cutting down way more wood than we actually had space for. So let's just expand our wood storage here just a little bit. Yes, just put the... Why, I guess we're eating raw pond turtle. This is something that they've decided that we're eating, even though I told them that we aren't putting any carcasses in this pile. They've just decided that turtle is something that we really need in our storage here. Oh, and they're bringing in our armor. So they're starting to offload the caravan, which is exactly what we wanted them to do. Because soon we will have to actually set up our military. But we're not going to worry about that until we actually have some place for the military to actually work from. And we have more stuff we can mine here, but I'm just going to cancel their orders for now. Because we need them to finish the base. We got a lot of nice starting material here, and that's great. Oh, I want to do that entire section. This is the parts where you kind of have to just wait and see what people are going to do. What are they doing, by the way? They're sleeping. They're sleeping by this water. We really need to get them beds so that they actually feel better about life and don't have to worry about sleeping out on the cold mud. At this point, I'm not sure what they're doing. They were doing great. They were doing everything we need them to. And I guess let's have them deconstruct the wagons, since that's really what they have been working on right now. Are they all just moving wood into our wood pile? Is that what they're all doing? I think it is. I think we might have cut too much wood. It's going well, Mert. The stream is going well. I managed to cut down too many trees. That's something I did. I cut down too many trees, and now all my people want to do is carry trees. If you decide to do some Dwarf Fortress, I'd happily watch that. It's good, like, falling to sleep video. I know that's horrible to say, but when I'm up at late at night and I'm trying to go to sleep, watching some Dwarf Fortress is a good way to do it. Also, Happy New Year, Mert. All right. Oh, we have our migrants. Our migrants have arrived. We've gone from 7 to 12, and they are all just content, which is fine because now we have people, and it's going to greatly increase our workforce. Because as much as I love these guys, they were really they were really starting to fall behind, and I was getting very downtrodden about it. But with 12 people, we can manage great things. With 12 people, we might see them start to work on our base. With 12 people, we are going to see them not work on our base. But here's something I want to do. I want to we have to start building beds. So I'm going to cut out a little section over here. And we're going to path it up to here. We're going to cut out another section here. And then in between, we're going to set up this large space here. This is going to be its own little area. And we're actually going to want to set up we're going to cut this all the way over because we're going to set up a space for this other one here too. So we're going to cut this space out, and once they're done, we're going to put down some workshops so that those who don't like to mess with wood or stone will have something to do. It's very zen with all the chill music and dwarf blips running around. Thank you, Mert. Yeah, it's very incredibly zen. So incredibly zen. I think that's what enticed me into getting the game myself. Alright, so we're gonna want... Oh, I wish they would... Okay, so we'll set this up right here. Do some jet. Hopefully they do that spot up there. So we have a mechanic, and the mechanic here is... He's going to do great things. He's going to set up our gearboxes. And we need 6 of these for our bridge. And then we're going to need 2 traction beds for our hospital. So we'll let that happen. And then we're also going to want to set up a workshop for up here. And we're going to want a jeweler. And we're also going to want a carpenter. So, let's do right here. Oh, that doesn't line quite up the way I wanted, but that's going to be fine. We'll deal with it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a few different storage areas here. And the first storage area is going to be this section up here. This is going to be for gems. Okay. And then we're going to set up a section right here. And this is just going to be stone, because our little guy here is going to use stone. And then this section is going to be wood. And we're going to click on this area, and we're going to make it so we can have a few additional wheelbarrows in there, so that they can actually haul the stone around. Now, we don't have work orders, so we can't do a lot with this yet, but what we can do is we can make beds. Can only make 10 beds at a time, which is fine. We're at least getting them started on this. We're not going to worry about our jeweler right away, but he's there. He exists. We're not going to forget about him. Go back down here. Hopefully these guys are making some progress. Kind of. Where did our miners go? What are our miners up to? I have no clue. What are you guys doing? You guys mind this out. What I think I'm gonna do, we'll set some priority ones here. We need these guys to get their butt to here. We have places to be. We can't be waiting for things to be dug. That isn't something we can wait for. Oh, didn't need that as a priority one. Okay. You guys don't go too far here. I am going to have things for you to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off like a little noble's quarter here. And I think we want to dig away from this area because this is going to be our guild halls, our hospital and stuff. So we're going to cut like 2 sections going this way. And then we're going to set up some bedrooms. Eight. And 12. And we're gonna cut this section out, and over here we're just gonna have a spot for future furniture because we're gonna have a lot of furniture lay down. We're also going to need doors. So at this point, we could probably go back up and see how this guy's doing. He is perfectly ready, so we can build 2 more beds. And then we need to build some doors. Unfortunately, until we get the work order, this is just kind of going to be our life here. Is we have to manually type in what we want. I don't want to click the infinite because we don't want to making this forever. We're going to need a lot of them, but not a forever amount of them. Okay. Then let's have you guys smooth all this off. That shouldn't have been a priority one as well. Wait for him to finish mining here, and then we'll finish off our polishing process. Oh dang, is that... I think... I can't tell with all of the blinking lights. Okay, so then up here, what we're going to do is this is going to be our nobles area. They're going to have a lot nicer housing. And so they're going to need a lot bigger rooms. Because they have a lot more demand. So instead of the 3x3 rooms, we're going to be giving these guys 5x5 rooms. And not only are they getting rooms, they're also getting offices. And we don't need quite as many as we did the other spaces, but we're gonna need quite a few. Not right away, but eventually. Just to plan things out and make sure we're all in good order. We're gonna start with 10. And with these 10, they're also gonna need their own little, like, private bedrooms here. Some of these guys might need more space. So we'll see. And we definitely have a lot more space for these guys to expand out when ready. Right, put in a few more doors. That should be enough doors for this section. If they ever get around to making them. And there's our first save. We must be halfway through the year. How you guys feeling? We are 1 hour in, so you can imagine it's going to be about 1 hour every year. These saves sometimes take forever. Unfortunately, if we don't want the game to accidentally crash and us lose everything, they're kind of useful. Because the game has crashed me several times already. Perfect. Hopping straight back into it. Looks like our carpenter is going to some good work on making sure that we're getting the doors that we requested. And some of the beds. After the beds are put in, we should be able to set these as bedrooms. These guys won't have to sleep on the rocks anymore. And when the music cuts out on this game, it gets quiet. I'm surprised we've run through all of our drink already. We'll definitely need to get a brewer up so we can start going on that. So what I'm thinking is we'll take this. Go in this way a little bit. And what we're gonna have is we're gonna have two separate dining halls. This is gonna wrap back around into this room. Oh. Although a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, a supply caravan is a welcome sight. Oh, we haven't even gotten any gems struck. Oh boy. Let's connect those up. Let's head back up here. We need to set some priority gem making. Actually, let's go like this. Set that as a repeat indefinitely and a priority. Oh, they're here. Oh my goodness. Next year we're gonna need beer. All of it. Gonna need just all of it. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna ask for. And they want windows and headgear next year. Okay. All right, let's head up here. And we need someone to come and greet them. We also need to sell something so that we can buy some stuff off them. Yes, let's sell the turtle shells. Oh, our cat was doing good work on that one. He was thinking ahead. Nope. We might just have to sell the rough gems this year. They're not going to be worth nearly as much. But doing God's work here. Right. Those should be coming in. And hopefully we can afford enough beer and meat to make us the winner. Okay. Now we should be able to trade. Wait on that last gem. Boom. Throw our gems in. Throw turtle shells in. We don't have a broker, so we have no idea how much money we just threw at them. Hopefully they don't notice. And let's look for some good old liquor. Don't want any of this other stuff. Okay, wine, rum. Ooh. Okay. What about food? What do you have in terms of food? Flour, seeds. Okay. So we can't afford all of it. If we cut back here a little bit, we can see how much we can get away with. None of the fish. Okay. So that leaves us with... Okay, that's not horrible. 80 drink, 60 meat. It's not great, but it's not horrible. One thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to gather some stuff here. And let's set up a gather zone. And these guys can go and grab that whenever they need to build stuff. Like, we're going to set up a brewer and hopefully he can make some more liquor for us, because that's all dwarves live on. Okay. Well, let's tell our friend up here he doesn't need to stand here anymore. And we're going to ignore these guys. We're going to go back to setting up our base because we're almost a year in. We're very nearly there. And we're going to need to set up, make sure that we have all of our beds, we have our military. There's so much to do in so little time. Unfortunately, the limiting factor is not us, it is the dwarves. Okay. Got our first couple of bedrooms in. All right. That's what we were doing. We were setting up a mess hall. Alright, so our mess hall is going to be this whole area. And this is going to be like the poor people's mess hall. For all of our poor people over here. We're going to set up a separate mess hall for these guys once we get to that point. But outside of this mess hall, we're going to have some very important things happening. And one of those is going to be a giant food stockpile. And the second is we're going to be setting up our different people who like to do food things. So, with that in mind, one, we need more doors for our rich people, but we're also going to need some tables and chairs now. So, let's start with, we're going to need 4 doors for the mess hall. we're going to need at least one table, but we're going to need another table for our administrator because we're going to need them soon. And we're also going to need a couple of chairs. We're going to need 2 chairs for the table in the mess hall and 1 chair for the table in the office. And then with this remaining couple of spots, we'll just throw in a couple beds. All right. Except the rest of the rooms are almost set up. And we got another 3 migrants. So we're up to a very nice 15. That should give us enough people to set up our military and still have things run around here. All right. Neat. They'll assign themselves the bedrooms. We don't need to assign them. But we should have enough bedrooms for everyone. So we get 6. That's 12. Oh no, we need 2 more bedrooms. Or 3 more bedrooms, actually, but you know what I mean. Okay. Well, you have a great time in bed, Mert. We will have a great time with our dwarves and the rest of this dwarvish year. And thank you for stopping by. And I think we'll go probably another 19 minutes here. We'll finish out the year, though. We'll finish out the first year of our Dwarven Fortress. And then we will live stream another year. Maybe on Thursday. We'll see. Maybe Friday. Keep an eye out. We'll have it out. This is also your friendly reminder that not only am I streaming on Twitch, I'm also streaming on YouTube, DLive, Odyssey, and Facebook Gaming. Feel free to like and subscribe, join me on all my different stations. The more engagement you give me, the more other people like you can find me and help my channel grow. Fighting. Oh, the honey badger. Okay. Gather pants, dangerous terrain, store item inaccessible. People need buckets. Apparently we need buckets. You heard them. The people need buckets. So let's make a few buckets, why don't we? You want buckets? I'll show you buckets. Yeah, 5 buckets, and let's just throw in some doors because we're gonna need more doors. It's just the reality of our life here. We're going to need more doors. Do like 2 doors. Let's throw in some bookcases. Why not? Let's throw in some bookcases. And cut some more gems. I don't know why. You set the gem cutting to indefinite, and it really doesn't stay indefinitely. It kind of cancels itself off, it looks like. Maybe it's because we run out of material. Oh yeah, he's canceling it because we don't have enough rough gems. Right. Well, my miners are not done mining things out, so I'm not sure what they're up to. I don't know what any of you guys are up to. You just gathering? Who said the gathering was the most important thing? 14 people? I lost a person? Oh no! Solon the cook died or is missing. He's missing. He must have been kidnapped. I didn't even see it happen. Solon is gone, guys. Bad tidings. Bad tidings indeed. We need to increase the priority on this stuff. We need to get people some bedrooms. We also need to get our manager up so we can actually set some work orders so we don't have to manually select everything all the time. Alert. Solon has now been missing for a week. Dang. Alert. Oh, he drowned? No. Oh no. Ah, poor guy. Just kind of like fell in. Did he get knocked in by the honey badger? That's a bad way to go. Solon versus the honey badger, and the honey badger won. Looks like everyone's working together to hash some things out here. You guys have so much work to do. Look at all this stuff you guys have left to do before the winter hits. We haven't even set up our food yet. Which is actually a really good point that we should probably expedite that. Give our miners something to fret about. They were looking for a reason to not have to polish stone. You know they were. See, look at how happy they are that they have beds now. They seem so happy. I mean, they seem so happy. Look at the two people who are so unhappy. All right. And let's add a couple more doors. So many doors. And then inside of here we can throw one of those tables. And a couple of those chairs. And we're starting to uncover the space that we needed. So we're going to throw a distillery. And then we're going to throw a butchery. And tannery. And fishery. Kitchen, and then a farmer. You missed the corner. You missed the corner, my dude. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then we can throw this down. What this is going to have is just food. And over here, you're going to have furniture. Now, what I really need you guys to do is finish up here. That'd be really helpful. Do we have enough doors? 2 doors right there. We need another 2 doors. We're gonna throw down one of the tables. And then we're going to throw down one of the chairs. And now what we have here is a manager's office. Cool. All right. So now we can go into here, and we have our expedition leader. We're also going to set our expedition leader to be our manager and our bookkeeper. And we're going to go and click on this, and we're going to assign him to here. And now we can set work orders. So we can set these 3, 4. We'll go into them and we'll make them infinite. We'll also go into our butcher shop and we're going to set these 2 to infinite. Tanner's shop, parchment, hide, infinite, infinite. I think you guys are getting the picture here. We're trying to make the game easier on us. That's what we're trying to do. And by setting all these things to go by themselves, we should eventually have a fully automated dwarf fortress. Farmer's workshop is a little bit more complicated. We'll just set that to milk and to make cheese. Okay, so we have that going. Now we can go up to here. We can set our mechanic here to maintain 10 mechanisms, and we can set them to maintain the rock traction bench, maintain 10 traction benches. Carpenter's workshop, this is a little bit more complicated. We're going to have him maintain, let's say 5 beds or less. And we can go through here, we can add more, but do the same thing for like bookshelves. Chairs. Tables. Chairs, tables, doors. Right. We'll think of more later. But over here, we're going to want to set cut gems. we're just going to set cut gems to continuous. And we can have polished stones as like that. Okay. We have just accomplished one of the first big steps. We're going to then add a bed right here. Okay, whatever. And we need to turn this into our was that the right one? No, we want a dining hall. Yes. Oh, yep. Need the 2 doors before it will let us set the dining hall. There we go. We have to wait for those to be built, and then we can set it as a dining hall. So our expedition leader will be our first, like, noble. We're setting him up with kind of a demonstration of what we're going to be kind of doing for all of the other people. We don't really have everything he needs for this to be super fancy yet. Throw in a few bookcases. Guess he does a lot of bookkeeping. Oh, that's one thing. We need to add to the work orders cabinets. We'll throw some cabinets into here. We'll throw some cabinets into here. Eventually, we'll fancify all of these areas. That is to be said, we also are going to need armor stands. And we're going to need weapon racks. And we're going to need statues. Okay, pedestals, sure. Right. Less than 10. We'll probably then want to like add a stone cutter to this area. So what I think we'll do, while we still have a few minutes, a few like days left in the game, is let's cut this out. We'll add a stone cutting bench here. We'll expand this down a little bit. And then we'll set our stone cutter to make things like statues. And as you can see, we're still really full on stone over here. So that might be an issue. Oh, our cat has had kittens. Oh my goodness, that is so many things. I think he was just telling us that he's not able to do some of the automatic things because we don't have everything yet. Which, that's going to be fine. That's just going to be the way things are going to be for a little bit. Oh, one thing we can do, now that we're here, is we can go to mechanisms. We can add 2 levers here. And then these will control our 2 doors. So we made a really good. Hey Sam. Sorry if I missed your message a little bit ago. Doing well. Happy New Year. Welcome to the stream. We're almost through the first year of Dwarf Fortress, which is pretty exciting. I was kind of getting to that point where I was just kind of staring deep into the game, like you know how it is. It's that point where you almost lose the fabric of time and space. I think I said it earlier in the stream, but you weren't here then. 2022 held on to me really hard because the last day of 2022, my computer was freaking out. And so I spent all of the last day of 2022 trying to fix my computer to no avail. Nothing was working. I tried everything I could think of. And I was just like, this is it. My computer's dead. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I guess I'll just spend the next couple months making money to make a new computer. And the first day of 2023, I turned my computer on and everything's fine. I'm just like, don't ask questions. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So that was a thing. I'm only streaming here until the end of the year, and I'll pick up the stream again for the next year of this game because the game stretches on for quite a long time. All right, I'm doing pretty well for the first year here in Dwarf Fortress. We have spent a lot of time polishing stone. We have the entire place set up. I don't know if you've played Dwarf Fortress or RimWorld, but usually half the battle is just getting set up. So I'm feeling pretty good about our setup so far. I did pre-game the game before I played this last 2 days, and I got destroyed real hard in the game. Made some big major mistakes that kind of just sent the game spiraling for me. The screen is kind of covered in polish marks because my dwarves haven't finished polishing and making everything nice yet. It does, doesn't it? I got sucked in when I was watching it on YouTube. Just some random people playing Dwarf Fortress, and I'm just like, I'm down for this. I've been watching people play World Box Simulator for the last, like, couple of months. I could watch people play a Civilization Simulator. It's hard to see what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to add chairs and tables to this, Yeah, so basically Civ. We should play Civ. Or if you have, that other game, Humankind. That'd be fun, too. It's one of those games, man. It never gets old. I have Endless Legends. I've been hoping someone would want to play Endless Legends with me. The group I used to play Civ 6 with, they really weren't into Endless Legends, so I really didn't get the full immersive play that I hoped for. Alright, we're starting to make beer. There's a lot of things we still need. We need to make some chains, apparently. Endless Legend? Yeah, like you have to kind of figure out each civilization since they're all kind of unique. Some of them play just like Civ 6, and others are just like, this is a completely different game. Humankind uses the same combat system as it, which is kind of why I like the game. I don't know what these people are doing, but they're doing something. They mining? They're not mining. Oh, they did get our levers up though, so we can connect those. Our emergency levers. Now we'll be able to protect ourselves from the onslaught of people. Nothing like having a wall that can turn into a bridge. Otherwise known as a drawbridge. I'm not sure what these guys are up to, but they're surviving. They're doing their thing. They're living their lives. Ooh, we can make this now. Let's make rock altars. Let's always keep at least two rock altars in stock. Let's set it up so that we always have Where is it? We want some statues. So let's always have at least 4 statues on hand. And let's prepare for the worst and have some coffins. Oop, wrong one. Coffin. Let's do less than 10. And then we're going to set this up for we want rock blocks infinite, and we want, let's do less than 10 rock slabs. I should start to clear some of this out. Well, how do you draw the bridge? That's why we had to get the levers. After they connect the lever, we can just pull it and it raises the bridge. It's kind of a weird bridge if I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that went way over my head. That pun went gone out of here. Might as well just beat me over the head with it. Draw like using a pen. Man. And here you are, the one who just got out of the hospital. Well, there's our save. Welcome to spring, everyone. The drugs only make you more powerful. That's a good way of looking at it. Thank you for joining Sam, and thank you to everyone else who's been watching. I hope you guys had a great stream. This is the first year of Dwarf Fortress. I will probably try to stream Dwarf Fortress again on maybe Thursday or Friday, and we'll see what happens in the next year of the game. It's not one of those games you can just like play straight through. Trust me, I lost so many hours to this game. That being said, please like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Make the algorithm happy. That way this channel can get traction and more people can love and adore this channel just like you. And if you guys would like to be part of my slowly growing gaming community, you guys can join me on the Discord link down below. Thank you guys all for joining, and I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. Bye-bye.